Hello guys and welcome back to this channel. I am your host Idi Kanobut and this is Isaac News. So today on Isaac News we'll be looking at the Nigerian budget for the year 2023. So on the 3rd of January 2023, the President of Nigeria in the person of Mr. MUHAMMADU BUHARI had signed the 2023 appropriation bill of 21.83 trillion naira into law. I repeat, 21.83 trillion naira into law. This is the 8th and the final annual budget of this incumbent administration. And this is a whooping figure that needs all the attention it can get. So we'll be looking at the budget and some other interesting stories surrounding the making of the budget and its implementation. So stay tuned and enjoy the rest of today's video. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome to this channel. This is Isaac News. And if you've been with us before, welcome back to the channel. All right. So the President of Nigeria on the 3rd of January 2023 signed the appropriation bill into law that cost about 21.83 trillion naira. Okay. This is the highest budget we have ever had as a country. So it has set a new record as the highest budget ever for a financial year. Okay. And the person behind the development of the budget is a gentleman that is from the eastern part of Nigeria. That's amazing. He goes by the name Mr. Pastor Ben Akabueze. I tried. Pastor Ben Akabueze. He's the director of the budget office of the presidency. He's also a pastor of the city of David in Ikoyi, a man of character and integrity. In 2015, when Pastor Ben was offered the job at the presidency, he took the job on the condition that he would continue to keep his pastoral role. As a result, he had to shuttle between Abuja and Lagos every week since 2015 in order to carry out proper planning of the budget for the nation and then return back to Abuja during the weekend to pastor his flock. Very nice. Pastor Ben, who hails from Anambra State, was once the commissioner, pay attention, was once the commissioner of economic development in Lagos. This is unbelievable and totally unheard of. He was once a commissioner for economic development in Lagos State, but then he hails from Anambra. Beautiful. These are the kind of things we are looking for and we are seeking in this country, where we can all come together and see how to build this nation, irrespective of our tribal differences and our ethnic differences. So this is an Easterner, someone from Anambra, occupying the position of the Commissioner for Economic Development in Lagos State. It shows you how much, the West, as many will say it, have gone past this whole tribalism in order to look for the things that would work best for them. But to continue with our story concerning Mr. Ben Abukweze. So he is currently the person in charge of the budget planning, and he hails from the eastern part of Nigeria, Anambra State to be more precise. So Pastor Ben has quietly overseen Nigeria's budgetary cycles, and in these recent years, our budget has been performing at amazing levels. In fact, the Nigerian budget has a performance level of about 97%, something that has never been seen or experienced or heard of any time in Nigeria. We've never had a budget performance level of 97% any time in Nigeria's history. In the Nigeria of yesterday, some of these things seem unimportant to many, but in the Nigeria of tomorrow, these are the building blocks of a solid nation. It's very important that we begin to inculcate a culture of punctuality and of doing things that ought to be done properly, especially when you're doing things in a governmental position. So we have a trend that is slowly changing, okay, where people who work for the government, they are so at ease about it. They are so reluctant and complacent, but these trends are changing, moving on. We have seen Pastor Ben bring back the January to December budget cycle, something that in the past seemed impossible. If you're familiar with things that happened in the nation before Buhari came into office, you would agree with me that budgets of the nation will be passed sometimes in the second quarter of that year. But since Buhari came into office, in fact, more prominently in his second administration, sometimes by September, October, he would even submit the bill to the National Assembly in order for them to begin to go through the budget for the next year as early as September, October. These are things that are totally unheard of, meaning maybe by June or July, it was already ready. But the constitution provides that you cannot bring it before September, October period. So the president has to bring it by that time. This is amazing. The fact that the bill of a new year can be signed into law on the 3rd of that year is something that is absolutely, totally unheard of in this country. Kudos to the president, kudos to Pastor Ben and all those involved in preparing our budget. So may God bless these people who have stayed faithful to the ministry and may they continue to do us proud. All right. So if you're still with us up until this time, I believe you're getting value from this video. So I would like you to like the video now I'd like you to share it. I'd like you to subscribe. But most importantly, I'd like you to engage with me in the comment section. Your thoughts on the budget and your thoughts about the video. Okay, moving on. If you have gone through some news articles, you see that there are a lot of complaints about the budget. People are saying, "Oh, the money is outrageous. It's too much. This administration is spending recklessly. See how much they are allocating to defense." In fact, I think the Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of Education, and the Ministry of Health in this 2023 budget they are among those with the highest allocation. So it shows you the heart of the president. This is a man that is leaving office. May God bless our president. No time has it been heard of in the history of this nation when a government is about to leave office and they are still working as though they just entered office. This is unheard of, and Nigeria wouldn't forget this. Okay, so this current election, they are still working as though they are trying to win an election, whereas a lot of them are leaving office. It's amazing. It is so beautiful, and like I said earlier, it shows you the heart of our president. The Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of Health and Education are among those with the highest allocation in this 2023 budget. And a lot of people are complaining and saying, "Oh, it's not reflecting. See how much they are dispensing to the Ministry of Defense. It's not reflecting." If you compare how much Nigeria spends on her military to how much, let me use South Africa, to how much South Africa spends on her military, to how much some other European countries spend on our military, just convert all these things to dollars, in dollar figures. You will know that we have one of the lowest military allocations in developing nations. It's quite low. Now, this is no excuse as to why there should be security issues in the country. But I would just like to take your mind to the United States of America right now. As of this year, and well, this year is quite new. Let's move into the year 2022. I would like you to go and research, okay? Just go and check how many school shootings have occurred in the United States of America. As we speak, this year, we have had another school shootings. School shooting means that a small boy in secondary school would carry a gun and begin to shoot people in his school. Would be blowing people's head off. This is a norm. It happens so much that it doesn't even get the kind of attention it would get if it happened elsewhere. In America, shootings, Jesus. They kill and shoot people for, if you don't Google it, you wouldn't believe. It's normal. On July 4th, when they are celebrating their National Day and people are, and they are shooting fireworks in the air, a lot of people kill people when that fireworks sound is going on. So as the knockouts and fireworks are exploding in the air, and people are rejoicing, at that same time, they are killing people all over the nation and trying to hide under the noise and under the jubilation going on during July 4th. You wouldn't believe it. And these guys spend a lot on police, spend a lot on these things. The point I'm trying to make right now is that it is not so easy to curtail a population of 200 million plus. This administration is doing a lot of work. If you go to Borno State right now, it is unrecognizable. This state has been so developed in the midst of turmoil. It is one of the states experiencing the highest level of insecurity. Yet, if you see what Governor Zulum has done there, it may even far surpass what has been done in your own state that has experienced peace throughout this 8-year period. So now understanding this, in fact, you will need to see what has been done. Our military was abandoned. Some of them were using weapons that were used as far back as the Civil War. It was pathetic. But right now we have fighter jets, we have drones, we have armored tank, we have our military producing their own weapons, we have our Nigerian military making its armored vehicles. Our Nigerian military making its AK-47. Our Nigerian military making drones. When you hear drone military, drones are not what is make videos or shoot videos. Drones are fighter drones that can launch missiles. We have unmanned drones in Nigeria. Nobody's inside and they can fly and carry out airstrikes. These are things our military is doing under the supervision of this president. A lot. I'm not even going into what the Navy has done or what the Air Force has done or some other thing that our military, the engineering military is so advanced. They cooperate with people like Proforce and some other big engineering companies in Nigeria, and they're manufacturing high-grade military weapons. It is so beautiful. And this is because money has been given to them. Oh my. Be patient, my people. Be patient. And the things you're looking for, you're going to see it in a few years to come. So right now, money is also being pumped into, or is allocated for health and for education. And it's going to reflect in the days to come. Now back to borrowing. Okay. So borrowing is still seen as a major source of financing for this budget. So this is a huge budget, 21.83 trillion naira. And it is disturbing, okay, that we have to borrow this much we have to keep borrowing to do the things that we're doing. I would drop a list in the description section showing you some projects that have been done by this administration. But it would interest you to know that there are capital-intensive projects that have been undertaken by this government that could not be financed anywhere else other than borrowing. Building mega railways is not a small thing to do. Building companies are no small things to do. Building the second Niger bridge is not something you do in one day. Cleaning up the Niger Delta after decades and years of abuse, oil spillage, and destruction is no small thing to do. Revamping modular refineries and refineries across all the refineries in this nation is being revamped, and some of them have already been commissioned and have started producing petrol products as we speak right now. Edo has been completed, Port Harcourt refinery has been completed, and some other modular refineries have been completed. Building new modular refineries are no easy things to do. We have undertaken a job to build about 18,000 kilometers of federal roads. That's no small thing to do. Building international stadiums is no small thing to do. Repairing federal roads across the country is no small thing to do. A lot of money. I didn't even mention a very big giant that sucks money. Fuel subsidy. You don't know how much trillions of naira we spend subsidizing fuel. These are no small things to do. And right now, we do not have the infrastructure and the technical know-how in place to properly take money out of the economy in a capacity that will be enough for us to build. And mind you, I just need to carry your phone and Google America's debt profile. I checked before making this video. Over 30 trillion US dollar is America's current debt profile. Check China debt profile. Over 4 trillion US dollar is China's current debt profile. China has a lot of debt. A huge debt is alarming. Nigeria is joking. When you compare our debt, if our debt profile is taking change to many European nations, these nations borrow huge sums of money to provide the things you're seeing that is making them look so fine and so glamorous. Our borrowing is not reckless, I can guarantee. All you need to do is compare what we're doing to other people. Our borrowing is not reckless at all. We're doing what we ought to do with the time we have. So please, okay, I've gone on to talk about things I don't intend to talk about this much in this video. But this is an amazing one. The budget has been signed into law, and well, as I'm making this video, this is today, and we just did our presidential election. So we are hoping that the whole election period is going to actually drown out every other thing happening in the nation and in the economy until this period is over. So, but a lot is going on. I can guarantee you a lot is going on, but it may not make the news, seeing that something of greater import is also going on at the same time. So a lot of focus is on the elections. But after the elections, we're going to keep making videos about the things happening in the country, positive things happening in the country. So this is the budget. I'd like you to go online, Google, download the PDF format of the budget, just go through it, see how much has been allocated to different things, and share your thoughts in the comment section. So we've come to the end of this section of the video. I'd like you to like this video. I'd like you to share your thoughts in the comment section and subscribe to this channel. Until we see again, remain blessed.